Welcome to the Mask Leadership Community Leaders Connect episode 011, where leaders create more leaders. We were having a video, but we will be coming back again with that intro video to you all. So let me introduce myself. My name is Prakash Sharma, the founder director of Bija Training and the author of the book, The Mask Leadership. The Mask Leadership Community is built with the purpose of creating 1,000+ leaders, where every week after week, we invite key corporate leaders from the corporate companies, and they will share their success stories as well as be ready for inspiring our leaders in our community. So we are here now, 32 of participants who are joining us, and still people are joining us, and we're happy for all the members as well as visitors and the guests who are present here today. So let me share that this particular episode is live on YouTube, as well as we are recording this for our internal purpose. So let me also share with you saying that currently all the participants are muted, and we will be giving you an opportunity to discuss with our guest, Ms. Pallavi Sarkar, today, so that you'll be able to share with her about the experiences, what she gives with us. With all that, if you all are ready to start going ahead with interacting with Ms. Pallavi Sarkar, so kindly type yes in the chat box, and we will be starting the discussion with Ms. Pallavi Sarkar to understand more about her success story. So kindly type yes in the chat box, and we will be able to start ahead. So great, I'm able to see yeses in the chat box. Thank you very much for sharing, all the members as well as visitors who are in here today. So on this note, let me also share a couple of more points. I would request the visitors as well as the members to kindly turn on your video if possible, so that it will be more of an understanding, and even the guests will be happy to see your faces, and you'll be able to have a live interactive session. So thanks very much. And with all those, let's start off the meeting. And I would like to take the privilege to introduce a little personal details about Ms. Pallavi Sarkar, and then is where I'll be handing it over to the professional experience. So Ms. Pallavi Sarkar's husband's name is Mr. Sushobhan, and he runs a business name of CSS. So Ms. Pallavi has one daughter and son. Daughter studying in 7th standard, her name is Shriyasi, and son is 8 years old, and his name is Arav. Ms. Pallavi likes cooking, travel, and music. And there's much more to know more about Pallavi. Let's understand her professional experience through the video. So the video will be on here. So great, excellent. So kindly type in welcome Ms. Pallavi Sarkar in the chat box. Welcome Ms. Pallavi Sarkar. I'm sure Pallavi will be here with us to interact and share her success stories. So Ms. Pallavi, kindly, thank you very much, Pallavi, for turning on your video as well. And how are you, Ms. Pallavi?
Good evening, everybody. Yes. It's a pleasure to be a part of this wonderful Leaders Connect session.
Great.
Thank you so much, Prakash, and I extend my welcome to everybody who is a part of this session now. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Pallavi. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation, and been happy to share your success stories and live experiences. On today's particular topic, in fact, all the members as well as visitors know the art of giving, and what that art of giving is all about, and how art of giving is actually going to help leaders for a constant growth Is it really so? And why is it important, Pallavi? Maybe that if you could share what is your view as why art of giving is so very important if a leader has to grow constantly.
Let me first appreciate the topic that Bija Training and Mask Leadership has chosen, because we all are so much into this role, not only being a leader. I think all the followers are also nowadays are talking about how do we develop ourselves constantly, and the key to it is this particular competency of the art of giving. Now, having said so, I would definitely like to start, this point quoting Mr. Seth Godin, who once upon a time said that a true leader is a person who gives the platform to people to leverage their ideas and thoughts. And that is how only a consistent learning and a consistent, process of activities or any intervention initiative is compelled to continue. Would the leaders have not taken up a step and given that empowerment and that platform to take risk or to enable their team members to perform, even though if it is wrong? So things would have not changed. We would have not thought that today virtually we would have a connect, a meeting, an appraisal system possible. So it is the art of giving, or the art of taking risk by the leaders, that they have empowered or they have given the power to the team members to venture to the new activities and the ideas. And that's the reason that we have grown so far. Right. So I very strongly recommend and adhere to this particular statement.
Wonderful, wonderful, Pallavi. It's good that for us to understand saying that the art of giving is mainly the respective to interacting and empowering people. During even challenging times, we start giving more. In fact, it could be giving time. It could be giving more care. It could be giving more of spending time with your loved ones. So many aspects which we give. But giving is only to one person or giving to many. And that's where we have been discussing. So I'm sure as a head of CSR, Pallavi, you may have done a lot of other activities in terms of doing it for the city or nation as well as for the community there. So if you could just really be helpful to share what are such practices being taken from your organization and something innovative, or what is something different activities which is being done from your organization first, so that will really help our leaders to understand what all can be done.
Certainly. So community development or the sustainability for community is one of the key aspects and a key value proposition for Schaeffler Global is concerned. And we are very strongly following up all the 10 sustainable development goals, or SDGs, that the UN has given to us, and aligning to those based on how Indian government is taking care of the CSR. There are schedule 7, has got a list of certain areas where the contributions can only be counted as CSR is concerned. So from those, we are focusing on the education part of it. So, so to say, if I could, caption it as upskilling of the underprivileged students are concerned, we are very much focusing on the health and the hygiene of the villagers and the community near to all our plants. We are equally focusing in terms of girl child. I'll not call them women, they are yet to be, but yes, girl child, whether they are the children of prostitutes, focusing in their education, their well-being, to supplementing them and making them employable, to those girls who are deaf and dumb, to upskilling the students who are spread across all the different kind of cities and very dilapidated areas, upskilling them and making them train in some of technical know-hows, so that providing these vocational training centers enable them to open up their own garages. In fact, I'm extremely happy I get this platform to talk about Schaeffler and Pune. We are the first one to launch a concept called STEP. The concept of STEP is to letting the people, underprivileged students, stepping up to their careers, and it stands for Schaeffler Technical Enhancement Program. And along with Don Bosco, we are doing this. This is our third consecutive year. One of the very amazing and USP feature for our Pune plant STEP centers are the program of autotronic that we are running is the first of its kind in India. So any of the colleges or any of the institutions, even ITIs, diploma centers, do not have any, program or any subject, so to say, as autotronics. So we have combined automotives and electronics to a level that today the students are, 6 months course. It's a diploma course now. We have applied for ITI-ship as well. So the students who are getting passed out are directly getting, all of them have been placed in garages, and there's a very good market that we see for this kind of a skill. So taking one of the STEP example, I can keep on talking about our CSR initiatives. But yes, the focus is absolutely not in terms of a short-term gain, but we're looking forward for a sustainable intervention and initiative that is going to be a self-reaping activity for the future as well.
Definitely, very rightly told and wonderfully shared. In fact, the STEP which you're talking about, the Schaeffler Technical
Enhancement Program.
Enhancement Program, so nicely coined up, which is called STEP, which is really good, and the autotronics which you've been doing. So Pallavi, this all with respect to the organization we are doing, and we started giving, because this as a part of the government's initiative, and we are it's become mandatory that we're doing a CSR. But as a leader, it is also very necessary that we also get into the habit of giving, correct? So if that is the habit of giving, so if we can understand something on the personal side from your side, is there any part of a giving which you have done, and what could that be? So that will be really inspiring our members as well.
I mean, Prakash, you're actually touching a very personal, and very emotional part of it. But I'm extremely blessed. I would say that, not everybody feels that blessing that you are a medium to make or bring smile on the faces of so many children or people who are not as lucky as you are. And having said that, so in my personal capacity, with the grace of God, I make sure I am blessed with 2 children. I make sure that on both their birthdays, we first, by the hands of my children, we have adopted 2 anath ashrams, orphanages. And there's one, I'll not call it an orphanage, it's a creche of construction children. So both my children make sure that we make food at home, we buy clothes, we buy sweets, fruits. We go to those, institutions where these children are at least 2 times in a year, because for both my children's birthday, and we first spend time with them, and then only we do the annagrahan. Then only we take the food ourselves.
Perfect.
And this is, of course, I am satisfied doing it, but I want that my children, they should be first good human being. Success would automatically follow.
Wonderfully shared, Pallavi. I'm really happy that every year which has been done on their birthdays, and that's the part of the art of giving. And sure, this giving culture will easily bring in more and more. So how is that going to bring? If we really have to share to some of our members here in the community, how they can make it as a habit? What do you feel? If they see, there has been a lot of insights we can do, we can give, right? But giving is giving time, giving care, as I told, giving money. There are so many aspects which we give. But giving to one person is one different, and giving to many is different. So in this aspect, when we start really looking forward for giving for many, how that we can create as a habit, Pallavi, if that any of the insights could be shared, it will be really helpful.
I have to again, use somebody's quote, and here I use Mr. Anne Frank's quote. And it's a simple one, but very powerful, and I really believe in it. It says that no one has become poor by giving.
Wow, that's excellent.
No one has become poor by giving. And when I talk about giving, or when we're talking about giving, it is actually giving guidance, giving your time, giving a shoulder to somebody, whether a friend is there, counseling, sharing some financial part of it if required. But for leaders, a leader is a leader because they have followers. Would the followers are not their leaders, wouldn't have been in the positions. So I feel that, you are calling me as a leader, and thank you for that. Yeah, I have a designation attached to me because of my role in the organization. But I would truly feel that all of us are still in a journey. And,
True.
we are always looking forward to seek some inputs, whether it is in a form of coaching or guidance. Nowadays, the concept of reverse coaching and reverse mentoring is coming up very, very strongly. And I
True.
really feel that, with all the high head, it is absolutely okay to look down to your young millennials and the generation Z that we're talking about and ask for the inputs. So I would say that, that is also a form of a giving, that you're giving that respect to the juniors.
Super.
You're giving that respect to the upcoming people whom you are, considering hypods, and also respecting the views of theirs, asking them that, I have a problem. I'm maybe a leader, I'm an head of whatever, but I have a problem. And why don't you support me and give me your diversified thought process?
Super.
So very important is, yes, that, reverse mentoring is one thing that I would really very strongly recommend, that irrespective of the fact that, whatever years of experience your CV talks about, you are
Mhm.
still a learning person. And that would always continue provided you consider that you are you're still in the phase of learning. And giving is always a pleasure. I mean, I think that giving respect to giving, you know a privilege, giving an
True.
opportunity. You gave me an opportunity. This is also a kind of an art of giving, Prakash, and I'm extremely thankful to everybody who has joined the call. I hope they
Alhamdulillah.
take the inputs positively as well. But
Mm.
these are all the things that would really make the society and the millennial leaders to capture a very strong impact in the society and make themselves as a role models for the young millennials as well.
Wonderful. Excellently shared, Pallavi. Pallavi, see, there has been a myth in many people's mind. So maybe here in the community, it will really help. The myth is, but how long do I keep giving? I've been giving my time, I've been giving my resources to people. So there has been a lot of giving, but how long do I give? In return, I'm not getting anything. And that's the feeling they have. So if they have to really overcome this, and if they really have to really nurture the art of giving and how it really gives them a kind of satisfaction. So what do you think? What kind of a mindset they should have at that point of time, Pallavi, and how this myth could be overcome?
Now, you asked me a question. I'm not allowed to ask you back, but on a very
But
lighter
that's
note,
completely fine.
on a very lighter note, if I
Yeah,
have to say that, can I measure how much I have given? I can't.
true, true.
I can't
Mhm.
measure, how much I'm giving back. Similarly, it is very difficult for me to measure whether I've got it back or not, or what is the right time for me to stop giving. So things which are intangible in nature, and when we think about it from a perspective of uniqueness in you as a personality. So I completely disagree to the fact that, yes, these myths are there in the system, but it is us, even if I'm an individual, but if I can make a difference in the environment or the organizational culture I am working in with, around the people I am associated, I think gradually people will understand. And again, to answer to your question is that, yes, you may end up only, giving, and you may not get what you want from others, but that should not definitely stop you to give, because you never know,
Mhm.
by
True,
giving you are actually, learning something, or maybe you are
true.
experiencing something, and these experiences you may not even measure that you are learning. So I
Wonderful.
give something, I encounter an experience, and that is an experience for me, it's my learning. So I cannot measure it as a value that I have got it back or any asset, but for sure
Mhm.
I am learning to encounter the experience, and from that I'm going to learn and do it better next time. So we should
True.
continue giving, and cannot, expect a measurable outcome for that.
Wonderful. So that's when, in fact, the more we start giving, we may be getting it back within 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, definitely. But that giving back is what you're talking is could be a learning, it could be an experience that what we
Absolutely.
are receiving. That could be many other forms we are receiving. And that's what is an opportunity for us, is what you say. Very wonderfully told, Pallavi. I'm really impressed in what you're sharing and how it has been. So let's also look at one more question. But before we get into another question, we have a small quiz, Pallavi. So maybe
Yes,
we'll take up the quiz first and then come back
certainly,
again
certainly.
to you. Yeah.
Sure.
So for the members as well as the visitors who are here in today with us, so there is a quiz every week after week which happens. And the last week, in fact, the chairman and managing director of Bharat Petroleum who joined us, and that point of time we did play a quiz, and the quiz winner is Mr. Manoj Prabhu, who is actually from the Venus Wedding Resort, is a proprietor, where he has actually got a complimentary the Mask Leadership 360-degree assessment. The Mask Leadership 360-degree assessment is nothing but a pure leadership assessment, which there you will be able to understand about my strong areas and improvement areas on 15 leadership competencies, where 360 means I will be the people, my superiors, subordinates, customers, as well as other colleagues will be able to give feedback inputs, and through which I'll be able to gain more understanding. And Mr. Congratulations, Manoj Prabhu, for winning that Mask Leadership. And he has got a detailed 6 pages report about it. So let's see this week who is going to be the winner for this Mask Leadership 360-degree assessment. And so fastest fingers first, I'm sure we all are aware of it. So the question is very simple, and I did repeat it at a particular time where Pallavi also helped me for that. The question is, what is the full form for STEP, STEP, which Ms. Pallavi in fact shared, which is for the company. Oh, Sendil Kumar is really... Mr. Sendil Kumar, I believe you had understood my mind voice, as this is what the question I'm going to ask Ms. Pallavi, and I believe you had already typed in the answer. So let's see what Mr. Sendil. So Sendil Kumar, that's really good. Congratulations, Sendil. Wonderful. So I would request to kindly turn on your camera, Mr. Sendil, and kindly unmute yourself as well. Mr. Sendil had rightly written saying that Schaeffler Technical Enhancement Program.
That's right.
So wonderful, Mr. Sendil Kumar. Good to see you here on the Mask Leadership community. So may we know what you're doing, Mr. Sendil?
Yeah, by the way, I work for a company named Daimler in Chennai, and I'm working on a HR function. So presently, my role is for the training and development of flexi workforce as well as for the direct employees.
Okay, that's interesting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sendil. That has really been good. Congratulations for winning the Mask Leadership 360-degree assessment. And there's been a huge participation and good. So you get an opportunity, Mr. Sendil, to ask any question to Ms. Pallavi Sarkar. So it will be really great. If you have any question, you can go ahead to ask.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for giving me this opportunity, Prakash. By the way, I have just only one question or one quote, not even question, one quote to say here. Maybe I would like to remind the recall history of a Bhagavad Gita, where Karna used to be a universal donor of giving whatever he has. So, which has helped him to attain his salvation. So, by giving what we would like to say here is there is no demand in giving or issuing or giving our time or giving our valuable input. But at one point of time, we will get the benefit out of it. So let us not count on it. But the point here is, how do we take this in our present challenging life? That is a question what I would like to ask Pallavi.
Great.
Because everyone can't be a Karna at this stage.
Precisely, and you already helped me answer my, half of the answer. So I think it is a constant, it's a constant nature, or it is something that we need to imbibe in ourselves. And irrespective of the fact that, let me just quote an example that I'm sure we, in our positions today in the corporate life, we have definitely come across our team members who really need micromanagement, at times, and you keep on communicating to them, explaining to them that this is how it has to be done, and you need to do a follow-up, and you need to do a review at time and again, things like that. But at the end of the day, you find things are again in a similar situation. So do we stop counseling? Do we stop telling, or do we really get frustrated? We may get frustrated because the job is not done, but as managers, do we really stop counseling our team members, knowing the fact that this person really needs a push to do the activity? The answer is no. And I think majority of us, in the group and outside as well, we really believe in that this person really needs to develop himself or herself. Otherwise, his job and his career is going to be at stake.
True.
It is very easy for us to take a replacement or ensure that the person is not in our team. It is possible, but as managers, the more easiest way is this, but the more important and difficult aspect or step is to continue with that team member and make sure that you really develop that person by giving constant feedbacks, instructions, micromanagement, and also keep on giving a constant feedback. So this is a very small example. This is a very, very live thing. So for us, we should make sure that we commit to our ways of commitment and the ways of giving. And sometimes based on the situations, our mechanism of giving may differ. It's very project based, it is very relative, it is emotion based, it is time specific. Oh yes, time comes first. But in all our own capacities, I'm sure that we would continue doing that, and we still do it today. So if I have answered your question, so that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pallavi, and wish you all the
Thank
best.
you.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Senthil Kumar sir. Maybe definitely we will be interacting with you, and you can always reach me out, or I'll also be reaching you for giving this the Mask Leadership 360-degree assessment to you. Great. Thanks very much, Senthil. And before we go to the next person's question, is there any of the members who like to ask any question? The forum is also open now. Kindly to raise your hand or write in the chat box if you have any questions, so that I'll also be able to take up those questions. But before the next question or raising hands, Pallavi very relevantly told, saying that the example which you quoted of are we really coaching those subordinates or our team members? So there are sometimes the people are there where they are not really matching to our expectations.
Yeah.
Though we are actually giving them enough inputs, there has been saying that again and again they are at the same level. But it's very relevantly told, saying that the more and more we are spending time with them, those are the people we will be able to develop. And those are an opportunity as a leader where we'll be able to develop, and spending time with them really adds value there. So that was really excellently told. So let's wait for some of the other questions from the participants here. So any of the members or visitors who are in here today would like to ask question to Ms. Pallavi Sarkar, you're always welcome. And that will be really adding value, where she will be definitely sharing with you all what are her examples. So Pallavi, I have one more. So
Yes,
now
yes.
that if you have told one example, will you be able to share where else this giving has really, the more and more we are giving time, or in terms of it could be a job. For example, there have been corporate situations where one of the co-worker or one of the other team member isn't working. So it's our responsibility to, in fact, give more and take. So maybe that happens only once, but every time that giving happens is a question mark which people have in their mind. So has there been any real practical example where giving has really benefited for a leader? Any practical example do you have you can quote where the continuous giving has really benefited?
I have to say that not, all the organizations I've worked in so far I have been blessed to be in both the side of the table,
Right.
And it has so much helped. So that's the reason I took this pause, is that, I will not quote the organization, but it is assumed that in Indian mindsets that, a woman cannot take over a role of heading a manufacturing plant, which is completely domained in, with local goons, because which is like around 45 kilometers away from the city. And you have all, you are not a localite, so you are any which ways deprived. So you are considered under that deprived category. So would the right support, mental support rather, I would say, and you know, the the art of giving coaching and the art of respecting coaching, I mean, being
True.
coached was not given on time,
Mm-hmm.
the confidence which any employee would have in him or herself wouldn't have, built up.
Mm.
Similarly, the fact that constant feedbacks, which is not always a positive feedback, but they can be in a form of, okay, do you think that you'll be able to do it? Just try.
Mm.
So, for an HR professional like me,
Mhm.
who is not a civil engineer by profession, and
Mm.
when somebody told me in the past that, do you think that you will be able to handle this project of a
Mm.
construction of a plant,
Mhm.
which is which is completely different, because it's around few hundred crores project for me, and I'm not a civil
True.
engineer, neither any engineer, so to say.
True.
But the fact that people indirectly try to test you is also good. Sometimes you need to take that and
Mm.
ask yourself, instead of going with the grapevine, ask yourself that, really, is it so difficult that I cannot do it?
Mm.
So, and then you end up seeing the facility which is being complemented by Germans. So
True.
you have no better reward than that.
Wonderful.
So, it's a very important that as employee, forget all the designation and the hats that we carry while we are in the corporate world. But the
Mm.
fact is that till the time we are in the corporate world, we are an employee,
True.
whatever grade we are in. So the fact that as an employee, as a professional, I stopped challenging myself, thinking that
Mm.
I'm a woman, I cannot do this, I can't do this. So the fact that I do this and I succumb to the situation, I will not be able to even think of taking
True.
that risk.
Mm.
So, to answer to your question, I just quoted two examples. One is when I was told that I will not be able to manage a plant of
True.
Maharashtrians here in Sheffler. I'm just being absolutely open here. So from there to now, almost 5.5 years, more than that, I'm able to lead that position
Great.
in an area which is like 40 kilometers from the Pune city. And
Okay.
similarly, I've been able to do all civil construction projects myself, which is not a part of my
Good.
core area as well. So no reward is better than the self satisfaction that I get. You know,
Wonderful.
would somebody has not given me that challenge
Mm.
or the art of giving that challenge to me, I wouldn't have been where I am today.
Great. Wonderfully shared. In other words, if you could just share that it's the challenging situations what we face needs to be accepted. And the challenging situations, when they're accepted, is where that will really give us a constant growth. And that's what you're saying. Wonderfully said. And that challenging situation, that means every challenging situation is an opportunity for growth. So
Absolutely.
great, Pallavi. Thanks very much for sharing that. And let me quickly summarize what are the points, in fact, which Pallavi has shared. And in today's episode, what are the key learnings which we have got, and where we actually can go back to imply and demonstrate is where we will be seeing. In fact, we could see this is the mask leadership model where we talk about the PH is called the productive habit. In fact, today, Ms. Pallavi Sarkar has spoken about a productive habit which a leader needs, which is the art of giving. So giving could be in terms of respect, giving it in terms of commitment, or giving in terms of taking more responsibility. There are so many other productive habits which has to be started sharing and giving wholeheartedly, and that's something very necessary. It is just not that I hold a position. That's what I understand from Pallavi. It is just not for a position I should give. It is as a true human being, I should wholeheartedly give the responsibility or give that empowerment, give respect to the people. In fact, even the subordinates, give them, allow them to take decisions. There are so many aspects which only will give us a constant growth. And that is one which I really able to understand from Pallavi sharing that in terms of our productive habits. And this is some of the key important productive habit. Nevertheless, it's just the giving has to be continuous. we may receive it in different forms. It could be with respective to our learning, it could be respective to an experience, it could be respective to a kind of a benefit, but definitely we will be receiving, and that's the nature. The nature is all about giving, and we will be getting, and that's where it is being shared. So for the visitors here who are coming in here for the first time, this particular model, the Mask Leadership model, if you would like to know more about it, please do visit www.themaskleadership.com, where you will be getting more insights about the model and how this will really help. Also, we'll be able to get it to know. And there are a couple of more points which is going to be added, which will be sharing in front of you all today. So I'll also be sharing, let me take the privilege, in fact, to share the next week's leader. And the next key topic, which is also going to be taking something interesting topic, which you'll be able to understand as well. So next week's leader is on the screen now. His name is Mr. John Alex, who is the Executive Director and CEO of Equitas Holdings Limited, where Equitas Bank and Equitas Financial Services. So he is actually joining us in sharing his life experiences. We have seen a lot of leaders having the habit of procrastinating. And especially procrastination is one of the actual habit which has to be overcome then and there. Especially for the leaders, procrastinating the decisions has been a real-time challenge. And he is going to take us and give us more insights about how do we overcome so that the procrastinations, the decisions are not getting delayed, and how we'll be actually able to manage ourselves much better. And in fact, when procrastinations with other people as well, of how this could be managed, live experiences he's going to share. So for that, please do register now itself. Maybe in the chat box, you will be seeing his link, which has been coming across. So please do see that, click on that. And if you feel like registering, you can always do register today itself. So these all are aspects which we have seen today. Pallavi, one last question, Pallavi, to you before we completely end this particular episode. So it was really nice interacting with you and understanding the art of giving and some good examples which you have shared. So what is that one particular message you want to give to our community members, Pallavi?
If I have to coin it to one particular line, I would very strongly, talk about that. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself for the services of others. Now, it may sound to be a little philosophical, but it is not. Services to others doesn't mean that we need to financially support them, but some kind of association support, just spending time nowadays in the virtual world is a big support, honestly speaking. We are within the family, but we are not with the family the way we used to be earlier because of all our commitments and other activities. So be with them physically, try to understand what is happening, because nowadays more than physical health, mental health is mattering a lot.
True.
So if you can really be a shoulder to somebody and avoid somebody going into depression, support them mentally in terms of, just a casual connect and just a hi, hello, that hi, everything is okay or not. We have a lot of people to talk about the jargons in HR. So I do not want to repeat those jargons. But if we are more human, I think we are really human resources if we are more human. So from that perspective, I would only say is that as I started my conversation saying that nobody has become poor by giving.
Yeah.
Similarly, if we shoulder ourselves and keep on supporting others, I mean, if I have to say is that we make a living by what we give, but we make a life by what we, what we make them learn.
Okay, good.
So, yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderfully shared, Pallavi. That quote has been excellent. And definitely that this learnings, what we have got today, will be definitely going back to implement. And we all will start getting into the habit or the mindset of let's give. Very importantly, as you told, with the family, we need to give time. And especially we started giving time rather than people who are in front of us, who is sitting next to us, and we started giving time only on the technology aspects, and that's something really great which you're talking. So we need to give time who is in front of us, and definitely that will really add a lot of value the way how we are. So good, Pallavi. So thanks very much. All your inputs will definitely help us in terms of creating more leaders in this particular community.
Thank you so much, Prakash and Bija team, and thank you so much for arranging this session, because I'm sure everybody is going to really get a lot of benefit interacting and actually seeing people around. Because nowadays, with the pandemic around, you feel pleasure to see and meet different kind of people as well.
True.
And understand the diversified thoughts. So thank you everybody who has joined the session, and I again thank Prakash and your team for arranging and inviting me. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Pallavi. That was really, really great and excellent. And for the members as well as the visitors who are coming in here for the first time, so what we would like to share is the Mask Leadership Community, the Leaders Connect, is an episode where week after week, every Wednesday, we invite key top leaders from the corporate companies, where they share their success stories and life experiences within our forum, so that hereby where leaders create more leaders. And if you also would like to wish to join with our network, and please feel free, my mobile number is going to be there in the chat box for you all, and please do download Telegram, or if you have Telegram, we have our Telegram group, so we'll be able to add you in that particular Telegram group for us. So if you wish to join our Telegram group, please do ping me onto that particular mobile number, and we will be able to add you. And this Mask Leadership community has been a part of giving. So great and excellent learning from Pallavi, which you have got. So thank you one and all for being in here, and let's have this final thank you video before we all
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a thank you video. Just a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
So great. So thank you one and all. So members, please do remember to write your learnings in the Telegram group, which we have, so that by you writing your learnings in the Telegram group, it will help other members as well to understand what are the key takeaways. And for the visitors who are here for the first time, please do let me know in case you want to join. So thanks one and all for being in here. That's been tremendous and excellent. So have a great week ahead, and we all will be meeting again. So thank you very much, Ms. Pallavi.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Good day.